Hello, dear beautiful, amazing world, and you beautiful individual souls out there. Today, I would love to talk about how we can use our ego, our I, to work upon and master our physical, our etheric, and our astral. And this, of course, is an ongoing, continual, consistent work. It never ends, and it is always new heights to reach, both in understanding and in strengthening, grounding. By strengthening your own I and your center here on earth in your body becomes more your instrument, more in cooperation and in harmony than it is in fighting ourselves, in always being in a struggle with our own thoughts, in a struggle with our feelings and our will. You meditate so that you can become more of an anchor. You build up an understanding of the elemental realm, the outside world we see with our five senses. What we understand about this world, we work upon ourselves so that we build up both the occurrences and the understanding, the underlying spiritual forces of what happens in the physical. The physical, you see, is constantly also in motions in different degrees. The more mineral and the more dense forms take longer, but water and air and heat, for example, are constantly changing and moving. So there are different degrees of life, of movement, of change in different levels of reality. We have come from the highest, most sublime, and been condensed down through the help of the whole hierarchy of the divine. And here we are, working upon our individuality and our self-consciousness so that we can slowly build ourselves into the hierarchy again and become more angelic in nature, more spiritual in nature, and not animalistic, because we are not animals. Because of our I, because of our ego, we are uprised, upstanding human beings with a self-consciousness to distinguish ourselves from our surroundings. But we can also use our inner faculties to understand our surroundings, to merge with our soul with the outer processes of things, of human beings. You start seeing human beings more as spirits in their body and become aware of how they speak, what their dispositions and their values and such are, and you start to feel them more. You are becoming interchanging in the world. You become more feeling inside this world. You are directly linked to every occurrence, every situation. You do not drift away in an abstract thought. You are here processing what happens. And everything is spiritual. Everything has different varying degrees of consciousness. And by study and by allowing the divine to give us what we need so we can work upon it with our consciousness, it is a cooperation, a co-creation, if we like to call it that. And trust and faith is what allows true reverence, is what allows beauty and respect for the process, for the plan. And by becoming aware of it, you become more loving to it. And loving and love is the perfect balance for the suffering. It is the remedy, the cure for suffering. Because the understanding balances out all we go through. It is not only despair and pain and suffering. It is also love, healing, and upliftment. And this upliftment we have to choose for ourselves, working upon it, so that we can Start consciously lifting up others. Start consciously choosing for ourselves how we wish to operate in this beautiful body of ours. Because this is a work of art. And the more we ourselves, with the tandem and help and harmony with the higher hierarchies, and we consciously work upon ourselves, our inner world, by seeing how we react to others, by seeing what we like and dislike, our interests, what we wish to be interested in, our desires for the future, and how much we can use our whole being to make it so. From thinking to feeling to action to willing. And by working upon it, it becomes more and more concrete, more and more strong, more and more physical in nature. The spirit is physically expressing itself. And by it doing so, you gain a certain love, a certain reverence, a certain devotion. The devotion and the reverence is important in spirituality. It brings about the true respect, the true feelings of a state of mind that allows us to be open, allows us to be at the same time in a thinking, but it is more picture-like, it is more in living concept, it is alive beings. It is not longer mechanical, it is not longer without any substance, it has spiritual facts in these physical reflections. And these physical reflections are the divine. We have just forgotten so that we can gain free will and freedom to work upon ourselves with a more, what is it called? Self-freedom. I forget the word, but to be alone and to work upon what we have been given for ourselves. If we are constantly be given conscious help, we would only be listening submissively in a sense to them and just be given what, but we can't do that anymore. In that bliss, we don't gain what we are supposed to learn anymore. The conscious I, the more we are conscious, meditation consciously of our breathing, of our system, of the stars and on the cosmos and the movements around us, concretely, the more we grow into the secrets lying behind this physical, the understanding lying behind this, all of this chaos and beautiful dances of turbulence. And it is a beautiful journey. The journey is the beautiful part. To fall in love with the journey, to get to have reverence for the path we are walking, and not only grasping at that result, only grasping at that goal. The journey is just as important, if not more important. It is how we behave on our journey, how we choose to act on our journey, because that affects our results. The more you work here and now upon what you wish to achieve, bringing about new strengths within you, the more clear the future and your goal becomes. And that is the result that will automatically come by you working upon yourself. It becomes clearer and comes closer. But you have to have faith and trust that it will come. That all your work and endeavors will sprout and unfold itself. And by sharing it with humankind. And not only hoarding it for oneself to gain power, but to share what you find with others. That is where everyone can gain on this evolution and this growth, because you wake up new thoughts and new ways of contemplating, so others can grab a hold of their freedom to unfold their own forces. So we can actually start bring harmony, conscious harmony, active living spirit into our lives. this is what I had to say today, I think. This was amazing. And I thank everyone for listening to me, everyone that is searching for spirit, that are beggars of spirit, and that and that I pray for your guidance, and that you are led to your higher and your more beautiful states that humans can achieve. Thanks everyone. I love you all. Goodbye.